It was here near Bathurst and St. Clair where one of the victims, Christine Prince, was last seen before her body turned up in the Rouge River. Police now say they finally know who is responsible for her murder and the murder of 2 other women, a suspected serial killer who died before he was caught. According to police, in June 1982, 25-year-old Prince, who was from Wales and working in Toronto as a nanny, had been walking back to the home where she worked after a night out with friends. She was abducted, sexually assaulted, beaten, and then thrown into the Rouge River near the Toronto Zoo. Her body was found the next day. Then there's Claire Sampson. In September 1983, the 23-year-old, who had been working as a sex worker, was last seen on Jarvis Street getting into a vehicle with an older white male. The following day, her body was found in a wooded area northwest of Barrie. She had been shot to death. The third victim, 41-year-old Gracelyn Greenidge, was found murdered at her apartment in July 1997. She had been suffocated and stabbed. 3 women tragically and violently killed, their families without answers for decades until now. Police say modern forensic technology has led them to identify a man named Kenneth Smith as their killer.
We know that Smith lived and worked across Toronto during the period of all 3 murders. He was born in South Porcupine, Ontario, and moved to Windsor in 2013. He was known to police and had a history of sexual assault.
Police say Smith died of cancer in 2019 while in hospice care in Windsor, Ontario.
His death means he will never be held to account in a court of law, and we recognize the impact that has on families who have waited so long for justice.
The path to identifying Smith began in 2016 when DNA technology was able to link the 2 homicides from the 80s. In 2017, the technology determined that the same offender was responsible for the 1997 murder. But investigators say it wasn't until 2022 that they were able to use the technique known as Investigative Genetic Genealogy. And just last week, the Center for Forensic Science was able to conclusively identify Smith.
When you can upload this and use different technology to identify close relatives and then go back to traditional policing means to prove the fact that the person that we gained the DNA from is the actual offender, it makes all the cases that have previously been unsolvable now solvable.
Well, police say the scientific probability of Kenneth Smith being the offender came back as 1 trillion to 1, which to them indicates that he's the only person in the world who could have deposited DNA on the women. They do believe that there are other victims, and they're asking anyone with information on Smith to contact them. At Bathurst and St. Clair, Erica Natividad, City News.